There will be no singing. We're sorry. But you can all sing happy birthday at the same
Happy birthday!
This is terrifying. There's a lot of you. Holy crap. Okay, yeah. Put my phone on silent. That's a really good chance if you haven't put your phone on silent. Do that. But back at home, take lots of pictures. Just not of me, take pictures of like the book.
Definitely don't take pictures of me. I'm not her. I just sit here. Anyways, so hi, welcome to Books with Wonder, you guys.
Can you live between us?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Sorry, Gabby, but
I love it. We have a new moderator. He's gonna be our special guest.
he's gonna sit.
Oh my god.
Right? And that means that a lot of books, right? And I love that. It's like a creative well refill, but I'm also always kind of really bad at this question because I can't remember. I think like most of you, of course there are the books we read when they first come out. You should totally read Savage Song like after tonight. But most of us like buy a lot of books and then end up reading some of them like 4 years later when we're in the mood for a particular book. Like my parents don't understand because I'll buy all of these books and they'll be like, "You're not going to read those. You have like 200 other books." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I have to be in the right mood for one of those books." It's no surprise. I'm a huge fan of Lee Bardugo and the Six of Crows. Right? Because I think that Cass Rucker and Delilah Bard would be besties. I saw a piece of fan art that had the two of them just sitting up on top of like pile of cash, and I was like, that right there. So I'm eagerly waiting for Crooked Kingdom. I'm a huge fan of Neil Gaiman, obviously. Anybody who follows me online.
This is brand new information.
This is totally brand new information. I'm really excited for the American Gods television series, and I hope it's wonderful. I'm trying to think I'm currently binging a series called, it's called the John Cleaver series by Dan Wells, I'm Not a Serial Killer. There are 5 books out right now, and it is fabulous. I just finished Week Poppy Midnight, and that was delicious, and also had one of the best covers I have ever seen in my entire life. I thought I sold my soul to the cover gods, but I think that it would be there. I'm trying to think what else. I don't do well with like all-time favorites, because I almost never reread. It's like one of my great shames, right? Like I almost never reread a book. In fact, I just moved into my first apartment and I built these like 16-foot long bookshelves and I shelved the entire collection by color. And everyone, like half the internet was like, ooh, and half the internet was like, you monster. Right? Aside from being highly visual and being able to find books by color, I could do it because I almost never reread. And so once I've read a book, it becomes like part of my library, and I have that library complex where I can't get rid of it. I need to have the proof forever, and one day my books will bury me alive. It's bound to happen. But yeah, I wanted to create a piece of art that essentially would make me happy every time I saw it. And actually, the weirdest part is that I'm much better at organizing a color-coded library, like a color-coded bookshelf, because I get a book and then I bring it home and I'm like, black. And then it just like goes in like that particular part of the spectrum. And I love it. I highly recommend color shelves.
Do you ever have a problem where the spines like multicolored and you don't know where to put it?
Okay, this is my confession. So underneath the bookshelves are some cabinets, and in one of those cabinets is what I call the ugly spine cabinet. And every now and then I have really, really fabulous books that have really ugly and or hugely problematic spines. And to give it color-wise, so like one of those perfect examples is Winger.
Oh my
The
god.
Winger has
Yeah.
a red, white, and blue like cross-checkered spine, and it fits nowhere. Trust me, I have tried it in my entire spectrum. And then there are just some like shades that I have almost no pink books, and because of that, like 2 books that had a pink spine had to go in the shelf. So I have like a whole little cabinet underneath the bookshelf for like spines who just don't quite.
But you know they're there.
I know they're there, and I check on them every now and then. Peek inside, like, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you multiplying again?
Jay, do you have a routine? Do you have a thing you like to do? We see your Instagram.
I was gonna say.
Under different offices.
Like, who here has seen my calendar system, right? Okay. So I am extremely control driven, and like I have to have tiny little demarcations of success, or else I would look up and weeks would have gone by and I would have been like, what have I been doing? And I would have no memory of it, because that's how I spend most of my time in fictional worlds. And the problem is I am not very good when I leave my fictional worlds at being an adult, like being a human. Like my housemate will come home and be like, did you put on clothes today? Did you eat? Have you left the apartment? And I'm like, what day of the week is it? But I have this calendar system, and essentially every month I create a key code for that month with different star stickers. One for writing, one for editing, one for exercise, one for travel, and then I keep track of it every single day. And so a lot of people think I'm a very fast writer because I write a lot of books. This is my 2nd book that has come out in the last 6 months, which is itself a terrifying notion. And also when you say, like, side note, when you say, like, I read it in a day, authors feel 2 ways. They're once very, very happy that you had such a reading experience that you sat down and devoured their entire book in a day. And I think the other half of our heart just like cries softly when we think about how long it took us to make that thing.
And then some other people, they reread.
Just 5,000 in a day, and I can tell you that I was pretty useless for more than 4 days afterwards. So therefore it was better for me to write 1,500 words a day and not burn myself out. You know? So I'm a really big believer in constant work. And the only other thing I would say to end on is that I write the endings first. I don't ever always know what's going to happen in a story, but before I put pen to paper or type finger to key, I always know how it's going to end. And one of the reasons I do that is because I then can rewind my whole narrative and see where my characters need to start in order to get to be who they need to be at the very end. The other reason I do that is because a book is a very long thing. As any of you writers, I'm sure you've realized, it's a very long thing. If I had to sit down without knowing where it ended and tell myself to write 400 pages, it would not happen. It is very easy to talk yourself out of doing that task. That sounds like a miserable task, no matter how much you love writing. But having an end in sight means that on the good days I have something I'm excited to reach, and on the bad days I have a reason not to quit. And so if you are a writer and you find yourself struggling to stay that course, I would largely encourage you to think about your ending and to set that goalpost. Even if the ending can change. The ending is not a fixed point, but I guarantee you that it helps on the good days and the bad to kind of keep yourself going.
All right. That's a very optimistic note to end
I
on.
love ending on hope.
Given how some of these questions sort of
There is hope in this book.
Yes, that's true.
Reluctant hope.
That's true. And then there's a sequel, which gives us hope for more. Us, the readers, hope for more. Okay, so I feel like you.
Molly actually interviewed you a couple years ago.
yeah. That was so much fun. We did that in the hotel room.
Oh yeah.
Are you Bridget?
Yeah, I'm Bridget.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you, Bridget.
Yeah, I love your books. They're so good.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Are you gonna do Sam?
my friend, he lives like in
Okay,
North
awesome. So you're
Carolina.
basically just an awesome friend coming
Yeah.
and getting signed books for everybody.
Yeah.
And you've got the giant Vicious too. This is like a special edition of Vicious.
I don't know. It's the one they have
It's
here.
just like giant.
Yeah.
It happened. It was an error. It was like a quirk from printing. But yeah, it's so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. You're one of my favorite authors.
Thank you so much.
Fun fact, my socks do not match the rest of my outfit because it's all got a USA theme, you can't tell. So my socks are British because they're Doctor Who socks. I had a really great time at the event. It was a lot of fun. I loved hearing Victoria speak. I saw Emma from Emma Books and I saw Michael Booklion and I talked with Emma for a bit. It was a lot of fun. See them all again after BookCon from last year. It was a while ago when I last saw them and it was just really great meeting Victoria because she's one of my favorite authors. I talked about her in my favorite author video. I will link it here if you want to go check that out and see some of my other favorite authors. Hopefully I can meet them all someday, except for maybe J.K. Rowling. That's pretty impossible. I don't think anyone's really ever met her, except for like Daniel Radcliffe, but he's like Harry Potter, so I mean, really, how do I stand a chance of meeting her? But other than that, I hope you liked this video. I had a lot of fun traveling to Manhattan and meeting Victoria Schwab, and just the whole thing was an experience. My mom and I got lost trying to find the bookstore and we like circled around Grand Central Station and we felt like we were in the murder house from season 1 of American Horror Story, and like when she's trying to leave the house and she just keeps coming in from another entrance because we just kept coming back to Grand Central Station and we didn't know how to get to the bookstore. It was a really fun experience and I really hope I can go to more author events in the future. I just don't really know when they are, so if you know, leave it down in the comments, tweet at me at Bridget Books, because I'd love to come to an event. I can usually come to the ones in Manhattan because it's not too far away from where I live, so yeah, let me know if there are any cool author events happening and I will try to get to them if I'm free. So thanks for watching today and I will see you guys in my next video, which will be up very soon. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, bye!